there's people that come up to me, oh, your kid is just so awesome. He has the prettiest first touch. Well, yeah, he practices it. How did he do it? The ultimate goal. He practiced and practiced on it, and he enjoyed it. It was fun for him. You watch him volley it back and forth over the top of someone. Boop, 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 over the top, and then gone. How can you practice that without a tool? Without a tool or the equipment to do it? If you have it, it's going to work. You're going to be able to do it. You're going to be able to do it every time because you practice it. Practice it. The repetition is there, and it just comes like, it's like riding a bike almost. The more you ride it, the better you get at it, and you never forget it. So I had a girl on. The team was probably like U12, and we played in the Premier State League in Wisconsin, and she was probably my smartest player out there, but not real coordinated, and her older sister was in that shoot with the ultimate goal, and I know that I'm pretty sure that they used it a lot because her touch, when it matched her smartness on the field, she was phenomenal. See, it was like, oh my God, we could win the Premier Division, and we were like number 2 team in the state in the Premier Division at, I think it was 13, because all them girls advanced, and we used it a lot in practice too. We only had one, and they kind of just rotated around. We'd sit over there. When a girl was tired, she'd go over there and go do ball touches and go and use the goal, and it works. I know it works. That proof that it works. I seen it. They get it. It gets addicting to them, which is a good addiction, because now it's like, well, where's Audi? Where's Kendra? Oh, they're in the basement kicking the ball. Oh, okay, but they didn't ruin anything because it was like it come right back to them. It's not like they're kicking against the wall or anything, and the thing was stable. It stayed right there. It didn't move around. I made them prior to that. I made them just like a tripod one. They'd kick it, it'd flop over. Then they'd pick it up, they'd kick it, it'd flop over. They'd kick it, it'd flop over. The ball would bust a light. It's the goal. The ultimate goal didn't do that. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll stay out of making ultimate goals. It didn't work out. Well, and everybody thinks you let them kick the ball in the basement. No, you got to watch these kids. They're not kicking the ball. They're touching the ball. They're not wrecking anything. It's set up on the carpet. It's ball touches, and they'll go on their knees and they'll practice headers, and they'll just keep doing it, and they'll come up and head it, come back to them, come up and head it, and I know that I think Kendra did it at first. Kendra was doing it better. She was a little more coordinated than Austin at that time, but they would always have challenges who could hit it the most times back and forth. But then I think Austin outdid her a few times after that, but they were into the high numbers, just heading back and forth, and she always tried beating them on touches, without to the ultimate goal, back to the foot, and they tried using everything, foot, inside, outside, bottom, heel, and they got really good at it, and she could never beat them though. Maybe it was the age. But she's a phenomenal player right now. She's having a good high school year. I think she got a first team all conference. She started as a freshman in a D1 school. I think population 2,600. So same with Austin. Freshman year, all 4 years started. She started all 4 years, every game. Austin started at a D1 college. He started. Actually got his first goal, his first college game against DePaul or something like that. So it was very exciting for the family. But
how does that make you feel?
Proud as heck. Some of the things they do with the ball, it's like, and they deserve credit, a lot of the credit, because they love doing it. The goal helped them do it, and it kept them doing it. I mean, I know a lot of the neighbor kids, they quit. They were good players. They were good athletes. They didn't stick with it. They didn't have an ultimate goal either. They had a garage door that they got screamed at every time that their parents came home, and they were kicking it against the garage. And it was like they just were frustrated, and they could have been good. So it takes a lot of wear and tear out of your property, because kicking it against a block walls don't last forever. Balls are very expensive, especially the ones I was buying them. And if you use a wall to kick back and forth from on a block wall, that ball tears up, it gets out of shape, and it's junk. And you can spend, I was buying $35 balls, and then there were $70 balls, and then they wanted a $150 ball. Well, you can't watch them every minute, and they're going to be kicking it against a block wall. That ball's junk in a week. Ultimate goal, it just keeps going. It doesn't hurt the ball at all.
See, there you go. $300.
I know. I probably paid for balls prior to that than I would have for the ultimate goal. It would have matched up. Actually, it probably would have been more, because they would have suckered me into $150 balls. So what is that saying there? Like $1 a day, something, $1 a day. It's well worth it. $1 a day. I mean, one weekend on an overnight trip to Minnesota, to Texas. Texas is, I think it cost me $1,000 when I went there for him to play. I mean, granted, your kids get that good, and they will get that good. You're gonna be putting out the money, but I tell you what, the time spent with them is well worth it. And you'll never be able to take them days away from anybody. Can take them away. It's there, and it's well worth it.